To the people of East Palestine and to the nearby communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have told you loud and clear, you are not forgotten.
Former President Donald Trump showing support for the community of East Palestine. He praised first responders and village leaders. Everywhere Donald Trump went today, people followed. You can see crowds holding up signs and shouting his name. His visit drew lots of attention from the community and media from all over. From his airport arrival to his stops in East Palestine, our news crews were there every step of the way. The former president even made a visit to McDonald's where he ordered meals for firefighters and those at the restaurant and even passed out hats to people. First News anchor Dave Sess spent the day in East Palestine and leads off our coverage tonight.
And those people were lined up here along North Market Street, the main drag through town, which is a lot quieter right now than it was earlier this afternoon as the former president came and visited through. The only way you might know that he might have been here earlier today is there's still that memorabilia stand behind me selling hats, T-shirts, flags, and sweatshirts with Trump's name on them. As for right now, it's certainly much quieter, but there was a lot that he had to say today with the visit to the fire station, which is about 2 blocks the other way behind me. Let's learn more about that from First News anchor Stan Boney.
With a round of applause, former President Donald Trump entered the fire station, accompanied by the fire chief and the mayor.
To the people of East Palestine and to the nearby communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have told you loud and clear, you are not forgotten.
Among those behind Trump were leading Republican office holders, East Palestine firefighters, and other members of the community. Standing less than a mile from where the train derailed, caught fire, and exploded, Trump was complimentary of Norfolk Southern and its commitment to the village.
But it means that the affected communities beyond the borders of East Palestine are going to be taken care of, and they've said so, and they've said it loud and clear, and I think they probably mean it.
Trump spoke for 10 minutes, and among those he mentioned was President Joe Biden.
I sincerely hope that when your representatives and all of the politicians get here, including Biden, they get back from touring Ukraine, that he's got some money left over.
The former president wondered why FEMA was hesitant to commit to East Palestine, but had a reason why FEMA has since decided to help.
When I announced that I was coming, they changed their tune. It was an amazing phenomenon.
We're a small community. We don't want the media attention.
Mayor Trent Conaway received a laugh when talking about the reporters that have descended on his village.
We appreciate you being here, but at some point we'd ask you to leave.
In East Palestine, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.
But there's still plenty of news to report on from this village, and it's only going to get much more in the days ahead, especially tomorrow with the NTSB preliminary report coming out. We'll tell you more about that in a second. But first, a busy day for former President Trump and the media crews traveling alongside him. First News senior reporter Jerry Retruti was there for all of it and just got back. Jerry's in our newsroom with that part of the story tonight.
Dave, while you and others were down in East Palestine for most of the day, I ended up having the rare opportunity to ride as part of the former president's motorcade, and my day started at the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport in Vienna. Now, the former president's specially designed 757 rolled up to the terminal around 1 this afternoon, and after waiting for the entourage, including the former president's son, Don Jr., came down the stairs, Donald Trump himself came down the stairway carrying an umbrella, stopping briefly to take a step or two toward the local media, including myself, who were part of the motorcade. From there, it was a quick 50-minute ride to East Palestine. Now, once in town, the entourage was greeted by loud chanting crowds as the former president met several local officials and lawmakers, including Congressman Bill Johnson and Senator J.D. Vance, to see how work was being done along Leslie Creek. After discussing that effort, Mr. Trump walked over to talk with some in the crowd, many of them chanting the former president's name, thanking him for coming to town and shining a light on what they've been going through these last 2.5 weeks. From there, the motorcade ran to the other side of town, to the village fire station. There, he met briefly with Fire Chief Keith Drabeck to discuss how his department and others battled the burning cars from that derailment, as well as that controlled burn that happened 3 days later. After speaking to the crowd inside the fire station, the motorcade made an off-the-record stop at the local McDonald's in town. The president shocked and surprised patrons and employees alike, posing for pictures and cell phone videos, and even tossing some of those trademark Make America Great hats around. He actually ordered food for those in the motorcade. While answering some of the questions, I asked him what he thought of being criticized by officials in the Biden administration, including Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who I spoke with just yesterday, for relaxing certain regulations for the railroad industry.
Every time I see something, I said, when will they blame Trump? Now, I suppose they'll blame us for the border. They actually tried that for about an hour. That didn't work.
Now, as Stan just told us, as those in the fire station and around town say they can't wait to the day where their village gets back to normal, Mr. Trump told the crowd that if they feel the Biden administration doesn't treat them the way they think they should be, then he'll be back in person. In the newsroom, Jerry Ricciuti, WKBN 27 First News.